welcome to Carol's Universe, Tarot Readings from the Heart. Thanks ever so much for joining me on your week ahead reading. This week we are reading from the 10th of March, which is Tuesday the 10th of March, through to Monday the 17th of March, okay? Sometimes I can't get the readings out on the weekend. This weekend I took the weekend off. I'd been really busy with readings last week, so I decided to take the weekend off this weekend instead of recording, and then sort of recording it Sunday afternoon now when I'm recording this, the 8th of the 3rd. So I just thought, you know what, because I like to edit the videos and get them looking really good, we'll do it from the 10th. Alright, so it's your week ahead reading from the 10th of March, which is Tuesday, through to Monday the 17th of March. For the reading this week, guys, we are using the Tarot Grand Luxe for your general reading this week. We are then going to use for your love and your career reading my trimmed version of the Everyday Enchantment Tarot, and any spiritual advice we are looking at the Oracle of the Fairies or the Psychic Tarot of the Heart, or potentially both. Alright guys, sit back, relax and enjoy. So Leo, we've got the cards down. Let's have a look at what the general message is this week. It is the Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups, leaving behind what no longer serves you, finding a new path, Leo. Yeah, I mean, some of you guys are definitely focusing on a new path this week because you've got the Eight of Cups and then you've got that Ace. And the Eight of Cups is focusing on a new path, and the Ace of Cups, Ace of Wands, sorry, is something new. So definitely I think for some of you guys there is a need to focus on a new path this week. The Magician energy here. The Magician is all about having the power, the skills, the talent to create something new with the Magician energy showing here. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely something. I mean, you've got this Ace and you've got this Page and you've got this Magician. So the Ace and the Page sit on either side of that Magician energy there. And the Magician energy is all about somebody who has the power and the ability and the knowledge to create something new. Possibly this is something about a new business here. The Page of Coins energy showing here. The Knight of Cups, though. Let's have a look at this combination. So the message is, follow your heart. Eight of Cups energy showing here. You need to follow a new path. The Magician, you have the power to create and to start something new. This Page of Coins is often, I think this is something to do with a new job or a business here. The Knight, I think this is telling you to follow your heart with this Knight of Cups. So follow this new path. The words, what the universe is saying is follow this new path. You have the power to create. Page of Coins energy. It feels like it's a new beginning because pages are on a new path. But you have the power to create something from the ground upwards here. And I think that you really need to be following your heart on this with the Knight of Cups energy showing there, Leo. Let's have a look. The Two of Coins. The need to juggle. Some of you guys are going to have to juggle some of you guys have been juggling a heavy load, or you may have to juggle a couple of heavy loads here, because the Two of Coins means a doubled effort, or having to make a double effort, or having to make an effort, or having to double up on something. So this might increase the amount that you have going on with this Ten of Wands, because you've got the Two of Coins showing there. Strength, but you're going to need to have strength and patience with the Strength energy showing here. Page of Cups, new path. Temperance energy. See, this is an interesting one really, isn't it? Your cards this week, Leo, for the general reading. Let's break this down. So the universe is telling you that there is a new path now. You've got this Eight of Cups energy and the Ace of Wands. So you need to focus on a new beginning here. Okay, so the message is focus on this new beginning. The Magician energy showing here. So the Magician is all about manifestation. It's all about having the power and the ability and the knowledge to create something new. It looks to be like a new path, like a new business with that Page of Coins energy, and you need to follow your heart with the Knight of Cups energy showing there. I do feel that there's going to be, you know, you're going to have to double your efforts in terms of coping with that, because it feels like for some of you Leos with that Ten of Wands, some of you have a lot of, you know, responsibilities, and you're going to have to double your efforts here with the Two of Coins energy, just in terms of coping with that amount, because it's almost like you're going to have double the amount of work to do, because the Ten of Wands is work and it's a lot of work, so double the amount of work to do, but you're going to need to have patience here. Okay, it feels like you're going to need to have patience whilst you try and kind of get used to this page here. The Page of Cups is also the new path, but it feels like you're going to need to have patience whilst you kind of with this Temperance energy. And also Temperance is all about learning, because it's ruled by Sagittarius, and Sagittarius is the sign of exploration. Whether it's mental exploration or physical exploration, it's learning. So this one is learning whilst you learn about this new path. So this is while everything comes together. So let's do this one more time for the general reading. The universe is saying that you need to really be focusing now on a new path here. You've got the power to create something from the ground upwards, because the Page of Coins, he's like an Ace of Coins. He's creating something. He's building something from the ground upwards. So you have the power to build something from the ground upwards. And I think that you need to focus on, you need to follow your heart. And also with this Knight of Cups, I would say probably you need to focus on the vision, the outcome. You are going to have twice the amount of work to do. All right, so for some of you guys, it may be that you've got a job and you're looking to set something else up, that type of thing. But you're going to have double the work to do. But I feel that you need to have patience and the strength and the self-belief with the strength energy that this new path that you're taking, it's going to take time to learn it. You're going to need to have patience while you're learning with that Temperance energy, this new path or this new, you know, this new thing. Because remember, it's funny because the Temperance and the Pages, they're both learners. All right, so the Pages are the students, and this is a card about exploring a new path, because you're new to something. You're new to something here. So this is you exploring something that you're new to. So you're going to have patience while you explore this new venture. Let's call it exploration instead of learning. So whilst you explore this new venture, this new path, you need to have patience. And I just feel that it's saying that there's going to be, whenever we start something new, it always feels like the work is more than it actually is. But it might be whatever this path is here, Leo, there'll be more work to do, okay? And you're going to need to have kind of real strong willpower. You're going to have the strength of will as well with this, as well as being patient, because whilst you're exploring this new path. So it's all about just being patient while you're exploring a new path this week. Okay, let's have a quick look at what your work reading is saying. Okay, Leo, let's have a look. So the Ten of Swords came out first, and in a work reading, the Ten of Swords can mean mental pressure. The Ten of Swords can indeed, unfortunately, mean backstabbing and enemies as well with the Ten of Swords. And the Ten of Swords as a card can also mean the need to just accept a situation for what it is. The Empress, I've seen this combination, I'm sure, the other day, actually, for another sign. Ten of Swords. So the work reading, there's deep hurt here, I think, in work with this Ten of Swords. But the Ten of Swords can also mean the ending of a phase. So some of you guys, it might be that you're focusing on the ending of a painful situation, and there's the creation of something new. The Empress energy showing here, Six of Coins, one in which you should receive fairly with the Six of Coins energy showing there. The Wheel of Fortune, positive changes with the Wheel of Fortune energy showing up here. And the Emperor. A change of status coming in. The Emperor is status, and this is a change. So I think there may be a change of status here with the Wheel of Fortune, okay, and that Emperor. And it will be a significant change of status because they're two major arcanas. All right. So I'm seeing probably with the Ten of Swords energy, the ending of a painful phase, the beginning of a new one with the Emperor, because Empresses create. One in which you will be rewarded with the Six of Coins, but there will be a change of status, I think, with these two cards here. This is a card about feeling pressured as well. Lots of work with the Ten of Wands energy there. So lots of work, stressing out, lots of responsibilities, deadlines. Seven of Cups energy showing here. So the Seven of Cups imagination. Seven of Cups is also clouded as well. Seven of Cups is also a smoke screen hiding. Let's have a look. The Knight of Coins energy. You may imagine some of you guys are feeling really under pressure here, and you're imagining yourself working with that Knight of Coins energy, Three of Coins, within a team, people that help each other with the Three of Coins energy showing here, Ace of Wands energy. So you're imagining yourself working within a collaborative team on new projects, that type of thing with the Ace of Wands energy showing there. on something new. So you'll probably imagine yourself working with a team in a new job, for example, with the Ace of Wands. I actually get from this that it's interesting how it runs this reading, because it's almost like this has happened in the bottom piles, in the bottom, you know, the bottom line here. It feels like this has happened and this is what's leading to this. I do feel that some of you guys have felt pressure. You've had a lot of responsibilities on. And it may be because you're dreaming here, I think, of working within a, you know, a new job with new people. Because there's an ace here, which indicates it's something new. So working within a team on something new. So it's indicating to me that some of you guys, it might be that you've been put upon in terms of work. That you've had a lot of responsibilities put on you. And it almost feels like it's unfair. And I think that some of you guys are dreaming with this Seven of Cups energy of ending this painful situation. Creating something new with the, giving birth to something new with the Empress energy in which you are rewarded. Alright? But this will involve, I think, with this Wheel of Fortune, a change of status. So I actually think that it's more about you dreaming about this than it happening, just because of the way that the cards look. We'll do this work reading again. Some of you guys, and I'm going to clarify actually maybe a couple of, one place or two. Let's have a look. So I actually feel that some of you guys have had a lot of responsibility put on you, Leo. And you're dreaming about working in a team of people on something new. Because I definitely think you've been dreaming about ending a cycle here, ending a painful situation. What's going on with this Ten of Wands? What's this Ten of Wands about in work? What's this Ten of Wands about in work in two cards? It's about the Hermit. And the Six of Wands. I think that you guys are not getting any praise because the Hermit is distanced from that Six. Six of Wands is praise and recognition. So I think what's going on here is that you guys have been working really hard. But I think what's happening is you've not been getting any recognition here. And I think that you've been dreaming about ending this painful phase. Okay. Ending the painful phase with the Empress energy, giving birth to something new in which you are rewarded. Because I don't think that you're rewarded here. The Six of Coins and the Six of Wands mean to be rewarded, and you're not. This means to be recognised, and this is to be rewarded. So under a lot of pressure, the pressure is not the work exactly, to be perfectly honest with you. The pressure is that you're not receiving any recognition with those two cards. You know, you work really hard and nobody kind of thanks you or says good job or we're going to put you up for an award or something like that. You just don't get the recognition. And I think that's why you're dreaming of ending this painful situation, giving birth to something new in which you are rewarded. You're dreaming about working with people collaboratively in a new job here. Okay, and you're also dreaming of changing your status here. The change of status would probably be having a less pressurized job. I think this is the focal card for me, that it's all a dream, it's all in your imagination. That's how it feels. Just because it would make sense to read this line first and then follow up with this one next. So all of it is a dream. And I'm going to ask the universe what you should do about this situation. I'm going to get this one more time before we ask. So for work, what I'm seeing with Leo is you're under a lot of pressure, and I do think you're struggling because you're not getting the recognition you deserve for all the work that you do. So therefore, because of that, I see you guys dreaming about ending this very painful situation. Giving birth to something new in which you are rewarded. Working with, collaboratively with others on a new project. And you're also dreaming about changing your status, so probably having a lot less responsibility as to what you have right now. So it feels to me like Leo is doing a lot of dreaming about this. And I want you to tell me, please, from the top of the deck. From the top of the deck in 3 cards, what should Leo do about this situation? What should Leo do about this situation in 3 cards? You're going to have strength and patience showing up here. Well, you're going to have the strength to leave this thing, because you've got the strength and the 3 of Swords. 10 of Coins energy. To separate, to leave this team, this job. The 10 of Coins energy. And I think because it shows the 10 of Coins, you're probably very used to this place, Leo. I think you're very used to this workplace. All right. And also, I think that, you know, I don't even think it's a money thing. I think it's a recognition thing, because you're going to have the strength. You're going to have the strength to separate, to leave behind this 10 of coins. 10 of coins is a stable, secure, long-term job. It's not temporary. It's a proper permanent job. So you're going to have the strength to leave this permanent job, one that probably pays you reasonably well. All right. Now, it's either that you're dreaming about changing your status, or to do this, it's going to require you to change your status, I think. Because you may not be, you know, especially if you're in a powerful position, you may not be in that powerful position anymore if you go elsewhere. And you're going to have the strength to leave behind such a, you know, in terms of the money, I think, and in terms of the security of the job, it's all there. But I just feel that some of you guys, you're not getting the recognition for the amount of work that you put into what you do here. All right. I think this is going to take effective planning going forward. All right. You still probably want to maintain the same amount of money you're earning, maybe the same position type thing, but you're going to have to kind of diligently and slowly work out exactly how you're going to go about retaining those things, maybe in another company. Let's have a look at what the spiritual advice is from the Angels of Abundance. What's the spiritual advice for Leo on this reading? Okay. Right. You've got, two cards showing up. So the first one is windfall of abundance. An increase in abundance is arriving. Wow. In many different forms. Some of them unexpected. Be open to receiving and know that this abundance comes to you to support your life purpose, health and charitable work. So you may be getting something here. You may be getting something that you don't know through the job. And then you've got raise or promotion. Congratulations. An increase. And it keeps coming up. It's come up twice with an increase in abundance. Flow awaits you. This is a result of your positive focus and willingness to take action based upon your divine guidance. So this is really good. I mean, both cards are saying that you've got abundance coming. It's arriving in many different forms on this particular card here. And it says an increase in your abundance twice. Can you see that? Twice it's saying that you're getting an increase in your abundance. So even if, I mean, some of you guys may be afraid to leave a job because you've been there for quite a while and it pays the bills and stuff like that, which I think is what these cards are saying. But it's saying it doesn't matter, even if you are divinely guided to go and find something else, you're going to get an increase anyway, so don't be afraid of that. Amazing. You've got money coming in, guys. You have money coming in through work. And if you chose to leave and go somewhere else, you would get probably better money there and better conditions as well, especially maybe recognition for who you are and for your skills and for your talents as well. All right, bear with me. I'm going to come back with your love reading. Okay, Leo, let's have a look at your love reading for the week. What have we got? We've got the Nine of Swords. Well, I mean, the Nine of Swords does show worry and anxiety, I'm afraid. Let's have a look. About getting hurt. There's somebody here. Or the Five of Swords can simply be about getting hurt. So some of you guys may be a little bit anxious about getting hurt. Nine of Swords energy showing here. It could be via a woman, an Empress here. Or somebody who's been really loving towards you with the Empress energy showing here. Nine of Coins energy. This person may have been struggling along with the Nine of Wands energy here. The Star. They might have been struggling along with the Nine of Wands energy. Just think about this combination. That Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands means that you've been struggling along. You know, you've been hurt. You've been struggling along. Star energy. Sorry, Nine of Wands energy. The Star. I don't know, are you popular at all? Because it's almost like somebody is struggling along, or there's somebody who's kind of just hobbling along because the Star can be somebody who's very popular and very recognised by others. This is somebody who stands out. Okay, it's almost like somebody's been struggling along almost like struggling in somebody's shadow. Like somebody's been living in your shadow, for example, here. It feels like this is you guys here, Leo. You're worried about getting hurt. Somebody who's been quite loving to you. But it may be with the Nine of Wands energy that they've been struggling in your shadow. Maybe they've been having a problem being in your shadow, maybe. Dreams, the Nine of Cups energy showing here. Somebody's been imagining themselves as moving on. The Seven of Cups and the Six of Swords energy here. The Magician energy. So imagining themselves moving on. Showing here. the Magician, and the Hierophant. Energy showing here. Interesting cards for love. In a love reading, the Hierophant is often commitment. The Magician I've always struggled with in a way within love when that card shows up, because the Magician is all about, can be showing manipulation. The Magician can also show disillusionment or an illusion or creating something new. What's this one here? The appearance of No. They appear to be committed, but there's been worries underneath the surface, because the Magician is the appearance card. So somebody's been imagining moving on. They've been appearing. They appear to be committed, but there's a great deal of worry going on here. This isn't you, is it, Leo? I don't think that this is you. I think that this is someone you've been seeing. They've been dreaming of moving on. They've been putting up a pretense here that they're committed, but they've been worrying underneath this. I'm wondering if they're worrying about kind of living in your shadow. It's a really interesting story, I think. I don't know if it's going to resonate with many people, but what I'm feeling intuitively from this is that some of you guys, it might be a bit of a worrying time. You might be worried about getting hurt. It feels like it's wrong. The person isn't nasty. The person isn't bad, because they come up as an Empress. They come up as an Empress. So the Empress is usually a very loving person. It doesn't have to be a woman. It can be a man. It just shows a very loving energy. So some of you guys are worried about getting hurt from someone who's been really loving towards you. It feels like this person's having a hard time coping with your popularity. That's what it feels like with the Nine of Wands and the Star. It feels like this person's been really having a difficult time coping with your popularity here, Leo. All right, and it feels like they've been dreaming about moving on. All right, they appear to be committed, but I think that they've got a lot of worries going on underneath the surface here. Now, I know that the Five of Wands is your card, because Five of Wands is first deacon in Leo, isn't it? That's your card there. But nevertheless, they have been worried about, they've been putting on this facade. So the Magician is a facade. They've been putting on this facade that they're committed, but there's been a lot of worries going on here. What is it exactly? What other things is this person worried about? What other things? Let's just get these cards right. Okay. In a 3-card reading, what else has this person been worrying about regarding Leo? What else has this person been worrying about regarding Leo in 3 cards? The Tower. So the Tower is reverse. Avoidance. The Seven of Swords. Trickery. And Strength. Right, yeah, we've got all the cards down there, haven't we? They've been worrying about you. And the Tower, it's not avoidance. This can be kind of suppressing something here. Resisting the Seven of Swords energy. It's a really interesting reading, but it's almost like this person's been worrying that you've been suppressing something. Like you're trying to resist the Seven of Swords, like being deceptive or being underhanded or, you know, being tempted by someone else. Do you know the distinct impression I get from this reading? That you've got somebody around you, Leo, that doesn't feel good enough for you. If it's not them, then it's you. It's one or the other. It's either you or this person. One of you doesn't feel good enough for the other. Now, actually, the Empress as well, thinking about it, if I were to read it this way, I'm going to read it another way as well, that makes more sense to me when I thought about it. The Empress means somebody who's really beautiful as well. Physically, this person's very good looking. So this probably isn't as such about somebody who's nurturing. It's more about their physical appearance with the Empress energy, very pretty or very good looking, whatever. It's either you or an individual. It's either you or the partner are worried about getting hurt or getting cut off, because this is cutting someone out. This is getting abandoned. Five of Swords as well as the Five of Pentacles is abandonment. So one of you, it's either you or the partner, are worried about being abandoned by the other, the Empress. Now, whichever one it is, all right, worried about being abandoned by the Empress. The Empress is somebody who's good looking, pretty, you know, physically very, very beautiful. They've been struggling along, and I think the Empress and the Star is the same person. They've been struggling along in your shadow, or you've been struggling along in their shadow. Okay? Now, it's either you or the partner have been dreaming of moving on from the relationship, moving away from the relationship, putting on a facade that you're committed, but there's worries underneath everything. The worries are that one of you is suppressing and resisting strength, doing that, cheating with the Seven of Swords. So if it's you, then you're worried about a partner, all right? There you are worried. I'll read it two ways. If it's you, Leo, you're worried about a partner abandoning you. All right, this would be a very pretty partner, very good looking partner, very kind partner as well, I think, with this Empress energy. But you may have been struggling along in somebody's shadow. This person might be very popular and you've been struggling along in their shadow. You may be, Leo, dreaming of moving away from this individual because you've been putting on a facade or moving away from the facade of being in a commitment, a strong relationship, when in fact you're very worried and you're very confused by that. And also, you're dreaming as well, if this is you, you may be dreaming about moving away from the facade of a union here that has challenges. And the challenges are that it may be that you feel that your partner is suppressing and resisting cheating. Seven of Swords energy showing there. And if it's the partner, then the partner is worried about being abandoned by you, the Empress, Leo. Maybe they've been struggling along in your light, you know, in your shadow. You're the one that's more popular. They've been dreaming of moving away from the facade of this relationship here. All right? Because there are a lot of fears and a lot of clashes going on here. And again, they would be the one that would... the reason for this is because they would think that you were suppressing and resisting going out and looking elsewhere. Very interesting reading. Let's have a look at what the advice is through the John Holland deck on this. John Holland, Psychic Tarot of the Heart. What is the advice you have for Leo on this reading? In 3 cards, what's the advice that you have for Leo in terms of love? So he's got to make an effort. First card is the 8 of Pentacles. Called dedicated effort in this deck. So you've got to make a dedicated effort with that 8 of Pentacles here. Okay. To release the feeling of being alone. So one of you has to make a dedicated effort. So if this is you, and it may be that, you know, if it's you, Leo, that's afraid of getting hurt, because you may be afraid with the 9 of Swords of getting hurt by a very beautiful, physically and inwardly person, Empress. Because with the 9 of Wands energy, it almost feels like you've been hobbling along in their shadow. You've dreamed about moving away from the facade of this union because there are these underlying worries here. Because you feel that the partner is avoiding or suppressing and resisting going out and cheating. But the universe is saying to you, our advice to you, Leo, is you need to make a double effort on this. You've got to make an effort to release the feelings of being alone in this relationship. Okay, you need to release that because some of you guys are really kind of, it feels to me, whether it's you or the partner, I'm seeing a lot of self-sabotage here in this situation here, and there is a need to try and curb that a bit if you can. All right, and also make sure that you speak to the partner as well, because some of you guys are probably suffering in silence. All right, that is the reading, my darlings. I'd like to say thanks ever so much for joining me on Carol's Universe. If you would like to order a reading with me, you can do. Go to the link in the comment section or the end screen. Take care. Bye-bye.